Hello friends, in this video I'll be sharing with you 3 ways of making palm kernel oil. Here I have my palm kernel. I'll be sharing them into 3 equal parts. Also in this video we'll be looking at some health benefits of palm kernel oil. After sharing them into 3 equal parts, I'll be transferring part of it into my blender, add some water and blend smoothly. Please don't forget that palm kernel oil are hard nuts. For you to blend it smoothly, you need a strong blender for it. I'll just add some water to the palm kernel, cover my blender and begin to blend until it becomes very smooth. After blending the palm kernel and it becomes smooth, I'll be transferring it into my cooking pan. Take to the heat for me to cook for about 10 minutes. In this first method of making palm kernel oil, I'll be cooking the palm kernel oil on a medium heat. Allow it to cook for about 10 minutes. Then turn off the heat. I'll be transferring it into a container. Add some water, stir together and allow to rest for some time. This process allows the oil to separate from the chaff completely because the oil is seen on top of it while the chaff settles beneath. You can see from this video, as I'm adding water to it, the oil has started coming on top of it. I will stir it together and allow it to rest for about 3 hours. After 3 hours, I'll be bringing it back for me to begin the process of scooping the oil from it without touching the water. This is like 3 hours of resting. You can see the oil on top while the chaff is beneath. I'll gently scoop it into my cooking pan without touching the water. This is one of the processes that helps you to get enough oil out of the palm kernel completely, because the water helps in separating the oil from the chaff. Another good thing about this process is that the oil comes out very beautiful and also smells very nice. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell for more great videos. After scooping the oil from it gently, I'll be stirring it together once again and allow it to rest for another 3 hours so that I can get more oil from it. After another 3 hours of resting, I'll be bringing back the palm kernel oil. Here you can see the oil on top of it. Once again, I'll be scooping it gently into my cooking pan without touching the water. I'll repeat this process about 3 times until I get all the oil from it completely. This is one good process of getting your oil completely from your palm kernel. You can see how I'm scooping the oil from it gently without touching the water. After scooping the oil into my cooking pan, I'll also be stirring it together once again and allow to rest for another 3 hours. I'm doing this to get all the oil from the palm kernel completely. So I will stir it together once again and allow to rest for another 3 hours for the last time. After 3 hours, here we have our palm kernel oil on top of the water once again. I will gently scoop it into my cooking pan. This process is the easiest way of getting oil from the palm kernel completely. Though it takes longer time, but you are sure of getting your oil from it completely. After scooping the oil into the cooking pan for the last time, I'll take to the heat to cook to separate the remaining water from it. This time, I'll be cooking it on a very low heat. Then stir from time to time until the water dries completely from it. Once it's completely dry, I will turn off the heat, allow to cool completely. Then it is time for me to filter it. In this process, I'm using my white handkerchief. You can also use your chiffon cloth for this process. I'll just transfer the palm kernel oil to my handkerchief to filter it. This process allows the palm kernel oil to come out beautiful with no particles found in it. After filtering the palm kernel oil, here we have our palm kernel oil, looking very beautiful and smelling very nice. I will store in an airtight container set aside and will begin the second process. I'll be adding my palm kernel to my blender, add some water and blend smoothly. After blending the palm kernel for some time, it becomes smooth. I'll be transferring it into my cooking pan. I'll take to the heat for me to cook it until the water dries from it completely. I'll be stirring it from time to time, and I'll also be cooking it on a medium heat. This process of making palm kernel oil is so easy and it doesn't take time. After cooking the palm kernel for some time and the water dries from it completely, I will turn off the heat and allow it to cool down completely. Here you can see that the water has dried from it completely. The next thing I'll be doing is for me to use my handkerchief to squeeze out the oil from it. I'll be transferring it into my handkerchief so that I can squeeze the oil out of it. You can also use a cheesecloth or a chiffon cloth for this process. After adding it to the handkerchief, I'll begin to squeeze out the oil from it like this. You can see that this process is the easiest and the fastest way of making palm kernel oil. After squeezing the oil out of it, here we have our palm kernel oil, also looking very beautiful and smelling very nice. I'll transfer it to an airtight container set aside for me to begin the third process. One good thing about this method of making palm kernel oil is that the oil comes out more beautiful than the others. Now let's begin the third and the last method. Here I have my kernel. I'll transfer it to my cooking pot and take to the heat for me to begin to toast them. As you can see, the oil has started coming out from it. This process is the traditional way or crude way of making palm kernel oil. This process of making palm kernel oil comes with a lot of smoke, and it is advisable that it be done in an airing area. After toasting for some time and the palm kernel has released all its oil, I'll be turning off the heat and allow it to cool down completely. Once it's cool, I'll transfer into my sieve to strain the oil from it. After straining it, then we have our palm kernel oil ready. Now that you have learned 3 ways of making palm kernel oil, let's talk about some of the health benefits. Palm kernel oil has several health benefits. It is rich in vitamin E and antioxidants. It is great in skin health care as it helps in anti-aging and skin glow. It also supports healthy health growth. This is one vital oil to the African woman, especially for nursing mother, as it is believed that it helps in curing convulsion and so many other ailments. Now that you have learned how to make palm kernel oil in 3 different ways and you have known the health benefits, please let me know the one you prefer out of the 3 methods and why in my comment section.